So this message reads, Ikenna 354, good day, sir. I intend buying Toyota Avensis Verso or Mitsubishi Grandis for transport. But after reading so many comments and the uh, way you have been defending this lion is out of this world, very constructive. So I've decided to consider if Peugeot can be used for transport. I've made a research and found Peugeot 807, a seven-seater. How reliable is the car? Is there any other seven-seater you can recommend? Like how much can I get the 807 7-liter? So, he said, after reading so many comments and the way you have been defending this line, see, guys, I don't do that. I don't know where you got the impression that I am out there to defend Pujo. No, I don't. What I do is when I see people who are so ignorant that they are ignorant, ignorance is so what adjective say would I even use? There are people that, if I'm not just ignorance, some even do it out of stupidity. They just go online and just keep posting, uh, just repeating the same nonsense you find online, people condemning Pojoka, saying so many things they don't even know what they are talking about. So sometimes when I see those things, I just come in and make some, try to, ask some logical questions to some of those positions I see people make online on podcasts. And when I bet that's what you consider what you call it constructive. I don't. It's not about being constructive. It's about, I mean, how can you condemn something you have no knowledge about? You see people, they will tell you how bad this particular Pojoka is or how all Pojoka is, yet they've never even for once in their life touched key of any of those Pojokas they are busy condemning, saying they are bad, they are not this, they are not reliable, they are not durable. They've never even sat in any one of them or used or owned any of them for however, even if it's just for a month or two. Or even if it's not their own, at least use it for a while before they can say, oh, this car is very bad. Or probably they did and they probably bought a very or a severe abused Peugeot vehicle, or they bought a good Peugeot vehicle and abused it, and then instead of them to own that responsibility that they created this mess, instead they will jump online because nobody online lives with them to know what they actually did to those vehicles that made them to be having those issues. So they go online and start condemning this and that. But it's just that majority, like 98, almost 98 or 99% of these people that go online to condemn Peugeot cars, they have no idea what these cars actually drive like, what their car keys actually look like, or if they have, probably they've never even touched it in their life, hasn't touched any of the keys, apart from the one they see online, the pictures they go on Google to look at. And yet they know so much about the car based on what other nonsense people are posting online. So when you ask them, they'll just go to those crap people post and just base their knowledge, base their so-called authoritative statement or their name it. So everything they talk about is, oh, but people say this. And who are the people? Oh, but it's online. Go and read some review there. Oh, people are saying that. The same way he's saying that is somebody else will see what he's saying and say, oh, because this person said some people are saying the Pojo cars are bad. Because of that, I'm also saying Pojo cars are bad because I read somebody saying people say Pojo. You just wonder, are these people kids or adults that so it's not being defensive. It's about asking some logical questions to what claims people are making. Nothing stop me but from ignoring those things and let them keep doing what they're doing. It's not like I was for I that I work for Peugeot. So I'm not I don't defend Peugeot. I just state what I know about Peugeot, both the positive. If you go online to what you see that I post the positive, the negative, the strength and weaknesses of different Peugeot cars. Same way every other vehicle, even the so-called Japanese, that such people are usually praising as the best car in the world. Every one of them also have their strength and weaknesses, positive and negatives. So just that they are being so blind to them when even when their own car is having gearbox issues, having engine issues, it's still considered so-called reliable. But if when a Peugeot has something similar or even a minor issue, then it becomes not reliable. So anyway, the next one said I've decided to consider if can be used for transport. See, I don't know which place or which part of Nigeria lives in. I mean, a lot of Peugeot cars are used for commercial purposes. So if you are considering it now, it's as if you've not even done your research very well. Unless maybe the part of the country you live in don't really drive Peugeot cars that much. Yeah, there are some part of Nigeria that only one or two people use Peugeot cars. There's very few. They don't use it commercially, so very few private. While some part of Nigeria, I mean, that's most of the commercial vehicles you see on the road, especially the what's it called? The is it intrastate? Intrastate or commercial vehicles. It's also said I've made a research and found Peugeot 807 a seven-seater. Yes, Peugeot 807 comes with it's a van. Peugeot 807 is a van. It has what, 7, 5, whatever. Can It's a van, like I said. It can be used for commercial, it can be used as private. Um, how reliable is the car? I don't answer that question anymore. I said it, was it like 2 days ago or a few, like the last 3 videos I did. I don't, anything, because once anybody asks me about how reliable a Peugeot car, I don't respond to those questions anymore. Because it's like am I enabling people to keep being ignorant. People focus on how reliable. What is even reliability? Are you saying reliability means a car is supposed to serve you like a new car? No part is supposed to fail. Because that's what I begin to realize. When people say, how is a car reliable? What they mean is they want to buy a used car that they will use or that will serve them like a brand new car. They will never ever have to visit mechanic workshop apart from changing engine oil. If you want that kind of car, then go and buy a new car. So I don't respond to that anymore. All I do, like I said, is I will tell you the negative and the positive, which may not even have anything to do with sometimes the breakdown or malfunction of any car. Or could be. So that's the thing. That's the only thing I will tell you. Which I've done a lot of videos on some of these things. So you can go there and watch it. Even I've done a review. I don't know if I've written an article on 807. Probably not. But I know I've done videos about 2 or 3 or thereabout on the Peugeot 807. So you can go and watch and learn more about Peugeot 807, the systems, the do's and don'ts, you know, some negatives you may harmed it, some positive too. So, is there any other seven-seater you can recommend? I deal only on Peugeot cars, so I can't recommend any other thing other than Peugeot. In other words, I'm not saying every other vehicle that is not a PSA vehicle or does not have a Peugeot badge is bad. But I'm saying I can only tell you what I know. That's the difference between me and these people that go online to condemn Peugeot cars. This is what I know. This is what I can tell you. I can't start telling you about another brand that I have very little knowledge or no knowledge at all about and start condemning something I don't know. So I know Peugeot. So if you want me to recommend, that's the only one I can recommend. Or any PSA vehicle. I understand their system. I've used most of them. I've driven, repaired, worked on. I know how many the peculiar issues they do have. Each model have, and some common problems among them, and also a lot of positives you gain from each particular model, and how to avoid some issues some people are experiencing in theirs and the rest. So that's what I know. Me, I believe in being specific, in focusing on one thing and becoming good at it rather than becoming jack of all trades. So it keeps. It's also said, is there any other seven-seater I can recommend? I'll answer that. Um, how much can I get Peugeot 807 seven-seater? I see. The thing is, I don't. It's not everything that I post. All information that I put online or I post publicly for free. I run consultancy service on PSA or Peugeot vehicles. So there are some information I reserve specifically for clients or paid people that paid for such services. So if you want me to go and start telling you everything I know about policies or 807, then you pay. You pay for the service, you subscribe, whatever you want. I may not even need to do this video for you. I just call you. Even if I spend 2 hours, I will explain everything you need to know about the car. Anytime you want, call. I will call you or you call. We'll talk. So that's how it works. Which also includes pre-purchase inspection. The the consultancy fee is 25,000. If you have any other person that can do it cheaper for you, can go ahead. Yeah, so I'm not going to respond to the question of how much they sell, so and so. Such information is not. Even if I know it, which I do. Like I said, it's for people that actually paid for this for such information or just for my services, consultancy services. Then I'll go extra more. Even if I know it earlier, I can find out right now the current price and let you know. That's how I operate because I have all the contacts to get some of this information. Okay, so notwithstanding, if you are going for Peugeot 807, some free information I'll give you is, um, since you are going for commercial purposes, I'll suggest Peugeot 807 with EW10J4 engine and the manual transmission. I'll repeat, just go for one with 2.0 liter engine and the manual transmission. I'm not saying there are other petrol engines or diesel engines are bad. Reason being, for example, there are a lot of diesel Peugeot 807, but the maintenance is not something I advise anybody, especially for commercial purposes in Nigeria, because of availability of parts, diesel parts, that's the diesel engine parts, and technical know-how. Almost Nigerian mechanics, Peugeot mechanics, they only know about the petrol engines, not the diesel. Even if you find it could be only one or two that you may find that understand modern Peugeot diesel cars. So, and that's if you want to do it, it will most likely be a private use, not a commercial one where you probably will be doing interstate, going from one state of the country to another, which means if the car develop any fault, you may not be able to find the parts where it developed. In fact, even in cities, you won't even get diesel HDI engine parts, not to think of. If you buy a diesel 807, you have to be sourcing all the parts outside Nigeria. Just want to make it clear. So that shouldn't even be in the picture. For the other petrol engines, they are there like EW12J4, that's 2.2, and the 3.0 liter, that's the V6. You can, those ones, most honestly, I prefer it for private use. EW12J4, which is 2.2, make more sense in terms it has enough power to pull without consuming much fuel. But the problem is maintenance. It's not an expensive car engine to maintain, but for commercial, if you are not these commercial guys, they will mess it up. They will see EW10 J4, which is 2.0 liter petrol engine. Almost every Peugeot mechanic can deal with that engine. They are familiar with it. So it doesn't matter where the vehicle, if it breaks down, I'm not saying it's going to break down, but eventually you expect wear and tear. So once in a while, something might fail. You need to diagnose and replace. So it's an engine that everybody can change. For example, even the timing belt. Basically, almost every mechanic, I'm not saying all, but like 90% of modern of mechanics that deal on modern Peugeot cars can replace EW10J4 timing belt very well. Unlike the EW12J4, the 2.2 and the V6, most of them don't know how to change the timing. So it's not something you have to be worrying yourself if you are using commercial. So the easiest, the cheapest, and one that will give you peace of mind will be that EW10J4, the 2.0. There's another 2.0, EW10A. But then, with the same way I explained about the EW12 and the V6, the 2.2 and the 3.0, that 2.0 EW10A, which is the one they call Sudan engine, is also a very good engine. In fact, it's even more fuel economical than the older 2.0, which is EW10J4, which I talked about. But the problem is technical know-how. Most mechanics are afraid of that engine. So if you give them that, they will mess it up. It's not a complex engine, but then handle it. So it's better, since it's commercial, it's not private. You won't be there when they be doing the repairs most of the time. So it's better you use the one that you won't bother, knowing that no matter what, any mechanic will be able to figure out the basics about that engine and fix it and continue on your journey. So that's what I mean by I specifically saying EW10J4. But if you can't find EW10J4, the EW10A, which is also 2.0, makes sense. But then you have to select mechanics that have to work on the car. Same thing with EW12J4 with 2.2. So just look for it. Personally, avoid the automatic, not because automatic is not will always be failing, but one of the things is the cost of maintenance is high. You have to be using the recommended ATF, which is expensive. Every 30,000 kilometers, you have to be changing and it could cost you close to 30,000 or so to be doing that service. If considering that it's also automatic gearbox, it's not as durable. It's not as maybe not durable. It's not as dependable as manual. Manual, all you know is that anywhere you put your nose, it take you there. But automatic, it could just all of a sudden start misbehaving, and you are doing a commercial, probably on highway, constantly on highway. You change the gearbox this month, next month another problem, because you're not like you're changing with a new gearbox, you're changing with a used one, which you don't know how many miles it has covered before you buy it and install, or you service, and then you end up spending so much to repair and then use a recommended. So the cheapest way to go about it, like I said, this is not private. If it's private, may not mind spending such amount to enjoy what you want. Maybe you prefer automatic, so you could spend a little bit more. You are not stressing the car that much since it's private, but this is commercial. So if you want one that will not stress the car so much, no, if you want the one that even with all the stress you are putting the car, it will not give you any problem, or it will not cost you so much to be able to run your business and make a lot of profit. Use the 2.0 EW10J4 and the manual transmission. If you want otherwise, fine, it's up to you. Then there are other van that you can use for commercial apart from Peugeot 807. I'm talking about Peugeot specifically now. And since you asked, is there any other 7-seater? Well, I know before 807 there was 806, Peugeot 806. I can't remember if it's up to 7 seats. But it should be, I think. Um, so if it's up to 7 seats, yeah, we have Peugeot 806. It's older or the predecessor to Peugeot 807. So Peugeot 807 is newer. The 806 use the older 2.0 liter engine, which is SU10J4. Ah, um, depending on the part of the country. In fact, like I say, if you're into transport business, you know that it's everywhere, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. That Peugeot 806 is also the same. If you are observant, you also see there's one Citroen. Citroen, is it inversion? I think Citroen inversion. That's the model. So this Citroen inversion is the same with Peugeot 806. Just that Citroen is just like a brother to the 806. So it's the same thing. So they apply Nigerian road every now and then. That's what most people use for commercial. The parts are available. The only thing with that engine is depending on where you stay in Nigeria, there are some parts that you may not be able to get new anymore. So you rely mostly on second hand, which we call Tukumbu. That's foreign use. But you may have some of the new parts are no longer in the market. While the other one I recommend in 807, the EW10J4, the new parts are very much available. Anything you want about that engine, as far as new is concerned, is available. The crankshaft, the pace, everything you want. I mean, everything. You see, you can build the engine from scratch, buying original new parts without you touching any old engine parts and assemble it into a brand new engine. The parts are available. So for that kind of thing, it makes more sense to use something you can easily access anywhere you are. 806 with the older 2.0 liter engine, the parts are also available. But like I said, there are some that you may not be able to get new. There are some engine parts you may end up only getting a used one, which will still serve you if you get a good used part. So don't say the people that are using it are getting their parts from moon. No, the parts you can get used. Then I know there are some parts of the country that use this like Peugeot 306 more and than over here. So those ones they may still have access to some of this. They may have new parts. So whenever you see a particular model of car being used more, there will be more parts of that vehicle, probably even new parts. The reason why you may not get them, like in Abuja here, is most people use a newer models. So older engine parts uh, tends to fade out of the market because people prefer newer vehicle here in Abuja. But in some other parts of the country, you're likely going to be getting the parts because of the demand if they use that car more. So you can still use that 806, but like I say, it's an older model, so it depends on you. Um, then there's another one called Peugeot Expert. That one is I won't really call it a van. It's like a minibus. But the earlier model looks like a van, but it's not a van. It's more like a minibus. So Peugeot Expert is actually designed specifically for commercial, not even for private. So you may also consider that. But that's an older model. It has several. There's one that also come with that EW10J4 engine. That then there's a newer model. In fact, they have the various model now. There's another model that is bigger in size that has a EW10A 2.0 liter engine, which is the one I talked about also in Peugeot 807. That is also good, except that a lot of mechanics are scared of that engine, even though it's even more fuel economical than the EW10J4 that they are familiar with. So for commercial, I'll prefer the older Peugeot Expert with EW10J4. Maybe there are some that have SU10J4 engine. I can't remember. They also have Peugeot Partner. Peugeot partner can also be used for commercial, but I don't think it will take up to 7 seats. No. Um, Probably yes, but not so much. It's also can be used for commercial, but like I said, I'm not sure it take up to 7 seats. The ones I'm sure that can take up to 7 seats, like Peugeot 807, 806. 806, I'm not sure, but at least it should. Peugeot Expert, I think it should as well because it's actually for commercial. Um, so the Peugeot Expert, the Peugeot 807 will give more comfort because it's a van, so it's mostly like a family vehicle that can be used. So you have more comfort. Your passengers will enjoy that one than the Peugeot Expert. However, the Peugeot Expert, just check it out. It almost like you can go online and look at the picture, look at the arrangement of the seat, or go physically where motor parks. Go there, look for Peugeot 807, Peugeot 806, Peugeot Expert, Peugeot Partner. Check those things out. Then we have Peugeot Boxer, Boxer. But that one's a little bigger. Um, In fact, that one they use it to carry heavy loads. You can use a passenger vehicle, but there's no comfort compared to van and the rest. Unless they design, there are some they design for more like official vehicle. Where they but I may not even have up to 7 seats. They will make it more comfortable by reducing the number of seats. So that one may not serve what you want to do, but it's a bus. Peugeot Boxer is a bus. So there are these are all these ones I mentioned are the ones like produced from the 90s, early 2000, late 2000, that 2000 to 2010, you know. Now, of course, there are newer van and SUVs and even buses, like even Peugeot Experts too. And they have newer models produced even last year, this year. So, but I know what you're talking about is the one produced during the time of 807. So, yes, 807, um, 806, Peugeot Partner, Peugeot Expert, Boxer. So, you can take a look at all those things, then decide. You can go to market, make the prices, find out the cost. Like I said, if you're not paying for that consultancy fee, it means you don't want to pay. So, you can do this work yourself. There's no need for not to pay and expect me to give you the same services to work for people that pay. So you have to do the work yourself since you are not paying for it. This information I'm giving as is enough for you to go ahead. However, note that if you are buying, I would suggest you buy a Tukumbo. Avoid Nigerian use. Just avoid Nigerian use for such things, especially Peugeot 807. Avoid it. Even 806 if you can. If you're going for that kind of commercial this thing, start with a very clean car. Otherwise, if you buy a Nigerian used one that's most likely they've abused, you from the very day one, you never make any profit. All you do, you just keep spending and spending and spending. Nothing will ever come out of it. So it's better you get a very clean car, do the usual normal service, and it will fetch you your money within it before you know it. When the money you make, start the business with, and sure within a short while you make a lot of profit. So, and even when you are buying this thing, make use of an expert. For example, I charge 25,000 naira for consultancy fee, which covers also pre-inspection, pre-purchase inspection. If you know you don't want to pay mine or you think it's too high for you, look for a cheaper one. Find a project a technician that can be able to do an inspection well or advise you when you find one that you think that will serve you very well. Find somebody that will look at the car, tell you the current state of the car. If it doesn't work, you look for another one. Like I said, Don't go and put so much, because you don't want to spend that money, and then it becomes a waste. Okay, that's all I have for this video. Think we can take it from here.